So yesterday we transferred to embryos. It went pretty easy. Only problem I really had was due to numerous operations as a child and being in a body cast and having issues growing up. I don't have a very large bladder, and they have you drink 16 to 24 ounces of water an hour before your embryo transfer, and my bladder was so full it was quite painful, and so the doctor actually had to go in with a catheter and remove some of my urine because even with the ultrasound my bladder was humongous. So that was the most painful, well, not the most painful part, but that was the most really miserable part of the whole process. We drove to the clinic. I did the void of the bladder at 9 a.m. Then I began drinking my fluids, and we got to the clinic at about 10 o'clock, and I went in and we did the embryo transfer at about 10:55 a.m. So actually it was closer to 2 hours with a very full bladder. They had me put on a gown, of course, and my husband had to wear a little hat, same as me, and little booties over his shoes. We went into a room, and it's like they put you on like a gynecologist table, except you put your feet in the stirrups, and they actually strap your feet in, like your legs, like little cast on your legs, to keep you more secure. The embryologist brought in my little girl embryos, and the doctor inserted a catheter, and through the catheter put the embryos in. The doctor etched the outside of the embryos. They're called blastocysts. I can't pronounce the word properly no matter how hard I try. I even know how to spell it, but I can't say it right. Anyways, my husband got to watch the monitor, and he was pretty excited. And the doctor checked the catheter to make sure the embryos didn't get stuck in there or, weren't transferred properly, and they were. So then they had me lie flat for 10 minutes, and once the 10 minutes was up, they had a little timer. I was allowed to go to the bathroom, finish voiding my bladder, and get dressed and leave. I scheduled my appointment. I go in on the 8th, which is 12 days, for my pregnancy test blood work. When I got home, the doctor said no strenuous activities. He didn't want me walking around a lot. He wanted me just resting. I guess we've tried almost 15 years to have a baby, so if they want me to rest, I'm going to rest. We did go for lunch while we were there because none of us had eaten that morning, and we were kind of hungry, and I had to pee quite frequently because I think I went so long holding my bladder. About the 4th time I went to the bathroom, there was a little smear of very, very pale pink blood. Today I've peed probably 10 times, and one time so far there's been a smear of pink blood. And then there has been some cramping, and it feels a little bit like my period, but not quite. I'm not quite sure what to say. I do know that with a 5-day embryo, including the laser-assisted hatching, that embryo implantation can happen any time in the first 24 to 72 hours. So I'm hopeful that it's implantation bleeding and not my period coming on. But being that we did implant 2 embryos, we definitely need the blood work to know for sure. I'm trying not to freak out every time I see a little smear of pink. I'm trying not to freak out over every cramp. I am very hopeful. My husband and I both really want this to work. I can't believe this all began 3 years ago. Well, it didn't all begin 3 years ago. It began with the miscarriage. But when we lost our baby, we both started taking our health more seriously, and so that really got me moving in the direction of, finding a doctor that would take care of my leg, and that, of course, we decided to amputate for my best chances of becoming healthier. And so the amputation led into the lap band, which has led into quite a bit of weight loss. Though I'm not thrilled with the way my body looks because of all the sagging, I feel healthier. I feel beautiful again. I feel like I'm living my life the right way. So it's just like all these little steps have brought us to this point, and it's very emotional, and we just really hope it works. I am very sorry we could not record the procedure. I felt like it would be a really great opportunity to share with everybody, but you know, there were about 15 other women that were implanted yesterday, and I told my husband, wouldn't it just be so awesome if all of us, it worked for us, because we all deserve it. Anyways, this is a rather long one, so I'm going to let you all go because most of you probably won't even watch this through. But I'm hoping to be able to post good news. I just found out today, after talking with my husband, that he will not be going with me for the pregnancy test, blood work. So I'm hoping I have good news. If not, we have one more embryo in the bank. And we'll think about it when we're ready again. But until then, sticky dust to all of you. I'm telling them, please hold on. I promise they won't be disappointed with the life I'm going to give them. Until then, I will talk to you guys soon.